No, I know you've been through a lot. You've seen Shaggy. Shaggy Pro Max. But like, what is the reality of this modeling career that, people don't talk about enough?
Okay, you have to put in the work. Because it's very important. One, it puts you in the space of a community of like-minded people.
In that field.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is what it feels like to be, amongst this. So even if from home they're telling you no or whatever, once you're in that space, you are more open-minded to becoming better. That's one. Two, you have to make sure that the no's don't get to you. Because you will hear more than you hear yes.
Today's conversation is about evolution, moving from being just a model to building a brand, creating opportunities, and turning various experiences into something sustainable. On my very lovely couch here today at Rare Studios, I have someone who has walked a very interesting path from modeling to coaching and now building something bigger than herself. The beautiful, elegant, stunning, hardworking daughter of God. I wanted to add that because you just came from church. So I wanted to add that as well. The amazing Irene Ajayi.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome. How are you? Are you comfortable?
I'm comfortable.
Are you sure? All right. So how are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for being here and doing this.
For sure. Chuks code. Why won't I answer?
That's beautiful. So why did you decide to come? Why me?
Why you?
The show? Yes.
Oh, first of all, I don't know if you remember, but Rare was my first agency.
Oh yes.
That I was.
How would I remember?
And obviously back then we're still trying out a few things and all of that. But like, I mean, you really believed in me. You really put in the work to train and all of that, which is something that was quite uncommon.
Yeah,
at that time. So not everybody was doing that. So I mean, definitely, if you call now, I'm running.
You're always ready to come for me, and I think that's also amazing because even when you did your I think you did the Models Diary, which is like a coaching platform, for aspiring models, and then you called me as well. I'm like,
because I know you have you have a lot of information now, even compared to back then.
Yes.
So I'm like, why not?
And it's amazing how you've also grown as a model because the Irene of then is not the Irene of now.
Definitely.
Like you are evolving, you are doing amazing things. You're branching from modeling to coaching to owning your brand, which I'm sure is what you're wearing right now. Because I can see the DNA. So how is it been for you, generally so far?
I mean, for me, modeling hasn't been easy. I'm not going to lie. People say that once you're pretty, you get it easy. But for me, that wasn't the case. I had to put in a lot of effort. I think a lot of people that were like me already fell off the train. Like they just couldn't anymore
handle.
Everything. Because it was a lot of pressure, a lot of lose weight, a lot of so many things. Let me talk about that now. But like, I had a vision for myself. I knew where I was going. And the more I grew, the more that vision began to, So, and began to expand. And I just realized that, what, we die, not like we die here, but like, we'll stay on it till we achieve what we're going to.
So is there something about modeling that you've not yet achieved yet? What's that thing that you really want? And
international modeling. I remember a couple of years ago, I reached out to you. I think this was 2 years ago. So I reached out to you. I'm like, please now. I know I'm not signed to you, but help me. I mean, people see me online and think they have it all figured out. I really don't. I try my best to put up a very, very, like
amazing
a composed, because you don't need to let everybody know your problems. But like, I'm still on the train of, I still want to go international and I don't believe that anything can stop me if I just, keep trying.
Awesome. So that's amazing. So I want to also say this. You are a model, you coach models as well, and you're a businesswoman. So aside all of this, could you describe yourself to people that, are watching, I don't really know who you are.
Okay. So my name is Irene. I'm a model, an all-rounder model, commercial, fashion, editorial, everything. I'm also a fashion entrepreneur. I own a brand called Urban Twist.
Awesome.
And I'm also a model coach more recently. And even more recently, a digital creator / influencer, because that has also been another stream of income for me. I'm generally someone that loves to learn. So while I'm teaching, I'm still learning from people, and I'm very open-minded as well. I I learn from people. Let me just put it that way. I'm always just soaking things up, filtering what's needed, what's not needed, that kind of thing.
So how would you describe yourself in this current phase? Because obviously it's not like you are evolving, gradually.
That's the word.
Yes, you're evolving. And that's what this, that's
the
episode
word.
is about.
I think this year, 2026, when I was going into this year, that was the word that I was coming in with, like evolution.
And that's actually the major. Oh, you heard it when I was introducing this.
Yes, I heard it, and I'm like, yes, because this year is not. I'm evolving. I'm not changing per se. I'm just
evolving.
Yeah, so
and I think that's what life is about. Even me, the Chuks of like 5 years ago.
Definitely. Not the Chuks when I came here and I saw this, I'm like, Chuks, I'm so proud of you. Like, you have not been here. I'm so proud of you. Like, look at what you've done. Actually, like, it's not easy in this economy. Rent.
Let's talk about that.
It's not easy. I thought about opening like a studio myself where I'm going to have models coming up. I'm just like, you know what? Now. So me seeing this, you also look at all the models, looking at your wall of
board,
and I'm like, look at international models. I'm like, Chuks, please now. Chuks, I've been begging you since I met you. Please
it's
now.
Not as you seem. I know. Modeling is not. We still have that conversation. But let's go down memory lane in terms of this modeling. How did this? I know a bit of it, but like, how did modeling start for you? Was this something that people told you, oh, you should be a model, or like, just give us a brief background?
Yeah. So for me, I don't think I ever had that. You are tall, you should be a model kind of thing. I know I was tall, but I don't think I really knew about modeling before. And then one day, this guy, Prosper, came into Unilag. I was in Unilag then, 2018. Cool. Yeah, and they came scouting. So he was a birth scout. Oh. And he scouted me and was like, oh, you can be a birth model and all of that. And then kind of puts me in that trajectory of modeling. And I went online, started researching.
Even then, there wasn't so many research. There wasn't as now.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. I went to Instagram. I saw birth models and I saw what they were doing. I saw them on catwalk and so like, I look like these people. I can do this thing. Yeah. And then he really gassed me up like, oh, you are very pretty. You can do this. Like, let me see you walk. I was not walking on heels or anything, but like, I was like, yeah, you have a straight walk. So with training and development, you can, Then I came to the agency, but it didn't really work out. Yeah. So Allah said no. So, but yeah, so from then on, I now started getting more interested in it. Like, if this girl is doing it this way, and I'll see stories. Oh, we scouted this girl from the streets. There's always that story of someone that was coming from the streets. That was the year Jumoke, the bread seller, came out. All those things, and I'm like,
you should say I don't go. People, they're like,
I can do it too. I can do it. But it was seeming like a very straightforward path for me. It's just like when you go to university and you study this and boom, you are guaranteed. That's not it. It's
the direct opposite. And that's what people don't know.
But then funny enough, it happens for some people like that.
It does. Get scouted. It does. And I feel like one thing I wanted to also add is sometimes for people, in fact, 80% of models, or 80% of people of models or modeling in general, I feel like modeling chooses you. You don't get
the moment you say you want to do this thing yourself.
It leaves you. I feel like modeling is spiritual in a way.
I don't know.
In a way, it's very spiritual because some people are, even some of the models that we have scouted as well, like it's very random. They never thought they could be models. Like it just comes to them.
One moment you are selling on the streets, or you just relax. Next moment, boom, you are in London.
They don't even believe it. They're like, this thing actually just happened to me, and they don't even realize how. Because I was watching.
Privileged.
Yeah, not privileged. Like they don't realize, what's going on until like maybe years later, and they're like, oh, I actually did this, especially for young models, like when they are scouted at 16, 17, and they start really young and they are doing so much. Yeah. It's such a beautiful thing to see, especially for the Nigerian modeling industry. I
watched something, Victoria Fawale. She was telling a story about how
the podcast. Yeah.
And I was like, you see, and then she got there and people were saying, oh, you work well. Oh, before you know it, you do this show, you do that show. And that's how she just started going. Yeah. And for someone like that, it's not like as if, she came to the industry saying, I must do this.
Exactly. It just happened. It just happened.
So that's how it is.
That's beautiful. So my next follow-up question is, what's actually the reality of, I know you've been through a lot. You've seen Shege. Shege Pro Max. But like, what is the reality of this modeling career that, people don't talk about enough?
Okay. So the very first thing about modeling is you actually have to put in the work, especially when you were not just scouted. Like if you said you wanted to do this thing, maybe you saw it online. Like now we have more information now. You can choose careers now. Yeah. You have to put in the work. You have to make sure you're always like training. or learning, at least. That's why I say learning. So whether it's YouTube, whether you're going to a modeling school, a modeling training, which is why, that time I actually came for rare masterclass then.
Yes.
Because it's very important. One, it puts you in the space of a community of like-minded people.
In that same field.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, okay, this is what it feels like to be, amongst this. So even if from home they're telling you no or whatever, once you're in that space, you are more open-minded to becoming better. That's one. Two, you have to make sure that the no's don't get to you. Because you will hear more than you hear yes. Exactly. I think that's something rejection. It's and sometimes it's not that you're not fit for the job. In fact, sometimes it comes down to just you and one other person. As a friend of mine in this industry that we're both doing this coaching thing together, we had a casting last year where it came down to just two of us. It's not that she's not good, it's not that I'm not good. But then I got selected and she wasn't. And I had to remind her that
no be you.
Yeah, you get it's not about you. It's about the casting directors
the
or the brand.
And what they are looking for. If you fit into their vision.
Yeah, we are both slim, we are both tall, but you don't look exactly like me.
Exactly.
At the end of the day. Maybe how I speak, maybe my mannerisms or
your personality. There's just
which now brings me to the next point.
Yeah.
In this modeling industry, you must be authentic.
Yes.
Don't try to copy anybody. Don't say, oh, this is how Kendall Jenner is, this is how Gigi Hadid is, and you try to be yourself. Because the reason they're selecting you is because of who you are.
Exactly.
So even if you walk into a room where all of you have the same measurements, but 32 ways, everything is the same, something about you will make them select you. So try your best to be as authentic as possible throughout your career. And that's what will make you grow.
Okay. So when did you realize that modeling is something that you wanted to do for? I feel like modeling is something I'm actually going to do for a long time. You're not somebody that wants to do something and stop.
I'm not.
So when did you realize that, I think this modeling, I want to do it for as long as it's going to take me?
So I think that was when I didn't start modeling early, right? Oh. I wish I did. My mom didn't let me. She was of the opinion that modeling is not a good thing.
Okay. But now she's very she'll be like, right. What are you doing it? What's going on?
But let me say, towards 3-4 years into my career.
Yeah.
So right now I'm 7 years in. So just to give you context. So 3-4 years into my career, I realized that one, I was getting older. I was older than most of the people in
But you don't even look it. You could pass for an 18-year-old model or like 19.
When I take off my wig and I went all back, trust me, you won't even know. But I
and I feel like that's, sorry to cut you short, I feel like that's something about modeling. When you are like a canvas and they can, they don't see your real age. They can put any,
that was when I realized that, especially commercial modeling, I was getting casted for like roles that were way younger than me. And sometimes roles that were even older than me, depending on how they were able to. That's when I realized that, even if I don't have everything that all the casting directors are looking for, this one thing, the fact that you can transform me into anything.
Exactly.
And it was when I got one particular job, particular job that, it was for someone older. Oh. And I'm like, I can do this thing. I can do it long term. Like, even if I passed, I think we had a conversation one time about this age thing of like high fashion modeling and how there might be a limitation. But for other things like commercial and all,
there is no
age bracket. And that was when I started this commercial. Like,
you're like, I'm all in.
This commercial. In fact, for some time, I kind of left fashion a little bit because it wasn't even really bringing money like that and all. And I know I'm living on my own now. I left my mom's house because of this. So I went head on to this commercial thing. And I can't even lie, God blessed me. I won't even say, I don't even want to say that I'm the one that was doing anything.
It's just
sometimes I'll just go for a role that it's not my, once I see the brief, which is why it's very important to know how to appear at a casting. Once I see the brief, I know what they're looking for. I would dress up like that.
Yes.
If it's short hair that they're looking for or something, or a classy lady or something, I would dress like that. And I would do the acting thing very well and I would get it. So, and I saw that this commercial thing,
there's money in
it. If it's lipstick, if it's perfume, if it's whatever it is, it's like I was now understanding my niche. I'm like,
this is where you belong.
I don't think I need to stress.
Also, I feel like that's where people get it wrong. Because for some people that want to go into modeling, they do not understand where to begin. Do you understand? I feel like it took a while to realize that, yes, I feel like this is my niche. I was
struggling with fashion.
Exactly.
It's not like I wasn't tall. It wasn't like I wasn't, but there was just something about it. Eventually, I realized what that thing was, and I went to sharpen myself. So in terms of walk, in terms of my look, even my hair, like there's many different things. But
Well, you think commercial modeling is more your niche
Yeah.
now. Awesome. So let's enter this commercial modeling a little bit, because personally, I know I don't really, it's not my field per
Okay.
se, but I feel like I understand it, in the basics.
Okay.
And I know that for commercial modeling, anybody can be a
Anybody.
commercial model, so long
Yeah.
as you fit into the brief. But you personally that has worked as a commercial model,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to someone that obviously, that has gone through, what you went
Yeah.
through, like struggling with high fashion and then
fashion.
now wanting to branch into commercial modeling? What's
So I'll
that?
say, first of all, understand the industry. Understand where these jobs are coming from. You will not be on your bed and just hear MTN is doing a casting.
Network.
So you have to first plug yourself into the right space.
Places, exactly.
It's not like high fashion that you just see a casting on Instagram
randomly
or something,
and then you just have to
no.
go. No, it's very
commercial.
different.
You have to be signed to or be with an agency or know this agent. You have to know the inner campus, and trust me, once you get into that inner this thing, it's already. But that's just half of the job.
Okay.
Once you can get in. The second one is going for castings. You will go for castings. Oh my God.
Of course.
And you will spend long. It's not like fashion that you can quickly go and you will spend time. Though now I've been trying to advocate for this thing. Like, please, let us send our audition online first so that you can reduce it.
You don't stress.
But that's just the way the industry is. You will go for castings. No matter how big you are, you'll come for castings sometimes and you see some known faces and I'm wondering, this person is still coming for casting.
But like, they have to.
Yeah, you have to.
That's the job.
The brand wants to see
you, of course.
And they want to see you beside the other cast.
Yeah, to know how
you guys will work together. Yeah. So, very important. You will go for castings. The last thing I would say is, if you are going to go into commercial modeling, you have to know how to act. So that's where modeling now, coincides with acting. You have to know how to act. You have to have expressions.
Yes.
So sometimes it's not about speaking. It's about your expression. How well are you able to sell this product with your expressions?
And people believe it.
Because most high fashion models are used to the straight on this thing. Yeah. But commercial, you're smiling. You need to sell it.
There's a lot of also movement.
Yeah, there's a lot of movement. Exactly. Your body language. So if you're coming to the front of the camera and you're stiff, you won't make it. So the moment you can pick on those things, how to get the jobs, like where to get them from, first of all, then when you now eventually get it, how to act.
That's a very beautiful answer. Another question I'd like to also ask is, what do you think some models are getting wrong today? What's that one thing that, you just see and like, you are doing this thing wrong. Now, why use?
I mean, it depends on the field.
Yeah.
So if it's for commercial modeling, what they might be doing wrong is their audition tapes, like what they send in, because now you can send in audition tapes.
Okay.
Maybe it's in a dark background. Maybe you're not dressing the right way. You're not following the brief.
Exactly.
Yes, you're not following most times they tell you exactly what they're looking for. In fact, most times the script that they give you is actually what they want to do on TV.
Yes.
But you're not following it. So first of all, learn to follow instructions. In fact, I've had sometimes when I come to the audition ground and I see some of my friends and I'm like, oh no. First of all, you don't apply with this picture. Why did you apply with your Polaroid for a... No, this is not high fashion. You have to know which one to apply with. And I said, next time, don't use this kind of picture. You are lucky you got in, but some other time you might not.
Don't use it.
So, secondly, what are you wearing here? You want thigh-high boots. This is not where...
So it's just lack of instructions, like not knowing...
Follow the brief. So that's for commercial. For something like high fashion, you probably just need to observe. Because there's a lot of things online. What works abroad is not what works in Nigeria here.
True.
So if you come for a casting, you might need to sit down and just observe. My first 2 years of coming for castings, that's what I was doing. I was trying and I was getting it wrong. I was getting no's. But I was also observing, these girls that they are picking, their hair is slick. They are this thing. They're not wearing makeup, but their face shiny, lip gloss. They'll say no makeup, but they have mascara on, they have lip gloss on. Even the clothes that they're wearing is stylish.
Different.
Yeah, they say wear white tank top, but the type
it's a
of
different type of tank top.
You just came here with this thing, and you expect that they will select
yes.
it. This thing
because you look very regular. You have to stand out.
Modeling is about like the presentation, like what you look like, because that's what we're selling, right? So put some effort, even if they say wear black heels. Let your black heels like stand out. It's stilettos yet, or it's the cut shoes.
Obviously, because you just have, I saw his video online, you just have 3 seconds to impress. And then you're just saying everybody wearing the same tank top. You wear a different, once you wear, and I feel like that works. So I usually tell models, once you wear something, who is this person? You're like, okay, sometimes I'm not even looking at your face, but like
just how you present.
And
I think another thing that kind of throws me off when I see some people is just how they are. They just sometimes just look tattered.
Mm.
Like you're a model, that does not mean you should be tattered. It's just a way that you just look at somebody and this thing, we are very classist in Nigeria. The moment you just look at somebody, it's like, like I wouldn't even want to put you in my clothes if I was a designer. And again, these casting directors are casting for top designers. So why should I bring someone that's looking like this to wear my clothes? No.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So let's talk briefly about commercial modeling. Again, although we've been talking about it a lot, and I feel like a lot of people need to know more about it because, when you talk about modeling, the first thing is, high fashion type of modeling. People don't really think about it a lot. And me personally, I have seen a lot of your commercial work. A lot. There was even a particular day at the gym I was working out and then I saw because iFitness has this billboard where they display ads or something like that. And I saw you, I was just walking out, I just saw the mirror, I looked back and said, how did Irene be this? I almost made a video, but then again, I was like inside, I was so proud. I was like, see this babe where I know you. And then even at Oshodi, I was passing Oshodi one day, like there's a huge billboard with your face, which is very beautiful because this is what you do, the work you do is what so many models outside of Nigeria, like a campaign you get, and then you see their faces all over, yes, in different countries. And here in Nigeria, you are building a niche for yourself, which is something that I'm very proud of, obviously, but like you're doing so well. But one question I want to ask is, what's like because I like money. What's the major client you've worked for? Like, what's like the figure like? Because people also want to know how much.
Let me first say that commercial pays better than fashion, high fashion. Let's just say that. And it really depends on the brand.
Okay.
You'll be surprised that some of those big billboards you're talking about pay less than some that you didn't even see. In fact, there was one MTN job I did the first time I worked for MTN. When I saw the figure, that was what I used to complete my car money that time. When I saw the figure, and I never saw that job. Till today. When I shot with the photographer again, it was the same photographer that shot for MTN, that shot for another one I just did in December. Was for Sprite. And I told him, I said, every time I shoot with you, I don't see the pictures. What's going on? He was like, they're using it for image bank for their private self. So that's awesome. They pay more for that. I'm like,
internal usages, like don't put it out.
They don't put it out. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. So it can range from like 300, 500, 1 million, 2 million. But now here's the problem, which is what I'm very, very passionate about. Like every time I talk to somebody, I talk about this.
Okay.
These production companies, and I'm not going to name any names, but they are actually, I'm so upset. Okay, so a client can pay as high as 3 million.
Okay. Like when it gets to the
model. And it's actually too much. Like I can understand that you take away some percentage here and there and all of that. Yeah. But it comes to a point, imagine hearing that there was a job, Airtel. They actually paid this boy almost 3.5 million. That was what the pay was. So they wanted to renew it the next year. And then they didn't call the agents. They called just the boy to renegotiate that, okay, how much do you want to collect this year? And all. And the boy was calling some weird figures like 400 still. And then they were like, oh, wait, how much were you paid last year? And he said 350. So he was just calculating inflation and I was saying 400, 450. They actually arrested that agent. They picked him up and they made him refund the money, at least to a certain point. So yeah.
Wow. So I know there's so many behind the scenes for models, aside from the rejection and everything that you have already mentioned. But like, what's that thing that you wish could be better for models working in Nigeria? What do you think the industry is lacking, and what do you think people in the industry could do better?
I think from what I just said now, the transparency between the client and the model. Like if there's better transparency, I think that would be much better.
That's like models, a major thing for you.
Especially in the commercial world, like they don't tell you the real figures. You end up going home with something ridiculous. Some people can be collecting, and it's not the same. On the same set, somebody's collecting 2 million. On the same set, somebody's collecting 100K.
Do you think it's because of the agents? And also, I wanted to ask, you would answer that. But another thing I wanted to ask is like in terms of like the modeling industry, commercial modeling industry, and the high fashion together. Do you think it's advisable for aspiring models to be with an agency or just freelance?
As an aspiring model or a developing model, I don't advise you to be freelance. In fact, you can't be freelance. You would struggle.
You struggle a lot.
So your agency is there to guide you, to book jobs for you, to just put you in the right place and then present you to these clients like someone that is, ready for this. So don't be freelance starting out.
But personally, you started as obviously as an agency, and then
and then I left after a while. That's a different story entirely.
A very long story. So you would always advise anybody going in,
go straight to an agency. Yes.
Awesome. So you also run this models diary coaching platform, right?
Yeah.
Why did you decide to also coach models as well? You also being a model.
Okay. I saw what was going on in the industry. A lot of models don't know how to go about this thing. They don't know where to start from. They don't even know. A lot of them think that it's only, like you said, only high fashion. So if you're not tall enough, then you can't be a model. But there's so many other kinds of modeling. So I'm like, okay, if there's a place where people, and I'm still coming to that. I'm going to open a modeling school very soon.
Awesome.
It's on camera that I said it here first. A very big modeling school where you have everything, photography, everything in-house. Because a lot of models would have actually soared if they had guidance. But because they don't even really know. And for someone like me, there was nobody to like hold me and say, okay, this is how to do it. Or so I just had to figure it out on my own. I'm like, it's not necessary. It's not all those years of struggle is not necessary. If somebody was actually there to help you.
Just need the right guidance.
Yeah.
So was it a scary decision to do that? Because in the industry, when you try to do something, even as a model, there's the reception could be exactly. So how was it for you?
It's very scary.
Even till now.
Even till now, it's very scary. In fact, sometimes I have reached out to a client for a job before, and like sometimes you pitch yourself and she said, I don't think I'm going to hire you. I said, why? She said, you look like you're too busy. You have many things you're doing. I'm like,
True.
What does that even mean?
If I find money like this.
If I reach out to you, I'm not too busy. Right? But like, it's scary because the moment you start doing something different from what everybody's doing, everybody's looking for how to.
Looking at you in a different way.
But
like you've been able to navigate that, so that's not it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still
hard.
It's still hard.
You'll be fine. But another thing again I like about you is that you also have been able to build a personal brand aside being a model. Because obviously when anybody, I don't know, for me personally, when I see you, I don't see you just as a model. I see you as somebody that can also do more. Do you understand? So how have you been able to build your personal brand?
I mean, the moment I realized that modeling is not just about, the brand, like it's also about the model himself. Like sometimes you are selected because of what you look like or how you're able to present yourself. Exactly. So that's your personal brand, and that gives you a higher chance at being picked. Yeah. So I immediately capitalized on that and started building my personal brand. So before I didn't care about social media, but I just realized that
this is where
I'm leaving money on the table. Yeah. The moment you want to do a job, and because that's happened to me before, like from experience. I went for a casting and they told me to show them my social media.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't.
You don't.
And I'm like,
which
sorry.
is very bad because right now I feel like online portfolio for
it's very
anything,
important.
not even just modeling, in life generally, because people want to look at, what are you even doing?
What are you doing?
First,
and are you someone that can represent our brand?
Exactly.
So not the one that will put you now and will come and see online that, this guy is a thief somewhere or this guy is doing something. No.
So I feel like that's also very important.
So my personal brand, I took it serious the moment I realized that clients actually want somebody that is reputable, even if you're nobody, even if like you're not a celebrity or anything, but let me just see that you're someone of value. What are you doing with your life?
What are you doing? True.
Outside of this modeling, if I didn't give you this job, what were you doing before?
Awesome.
Even if it's painting, dancing,
whatever it is, but then be able to structure it and put it on social media.
So personal branding is very, very
amazing.
Important.
So let's leave modeling a little bit. Let's talk about business. I'm a businessman.
Definitely.
But there you are you are not Igbo. You know when they say Igbo people are like, Igbo like business, but you like business, you like hustle. You're always, personally, I feel like you hustle a lot. You do a lot of things. You just want to get the bag. Okay, let's talk about your brand, Urban Twists, right? Why did you feel like, okay, I think I need to also add this to all the many things going on in my life?
So when I started Urban Twists, I was doing modeling at a very, very slow scale. And it felt like if I don't get jobs in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, what am I going to do?
So you're saying everybody should also have another source of income, especially in Nigeria, because this
Abroad is
career
still,
is not.
maybe I don't know how it is abroad, but in
Yeah, but in
Nigeria,
Nigeria,
if you
you
don't,
definitely
because
need different
hey,
sources of
so
income.
yeah, I started out as that, but then I also realized that this was something that was already in line with what I was doing
Yeah,
before. Like I used to make clothes for myself. I used to draw them out and make them for myself. And then people will always want to take what I'm wearing because maybe I'm wearing making something big or something. Do you get? And then eventually, just thought I think I can do this as a business.
yeah.
And I tried it, tested the waters, and people were patronizing me for the different. That's why it's called urban twist. So like a twist, something different from what you normally see.
Yeah.
And it resonated well with people. So yeah,
Awesome.
that's how.
So let's now jump back into the modeling aspect. So
Okay.
you've mentioned just two major parts of modeling. That's the high fashion and the commercial
Yeah.
modeling. So what would you say is like the major difference, and what would you advise anybody that wants to get into modeling? Should they just go straight to commercial modeling, or
No. I won't say you should go straight to commercial modeling. I think there's a procedure to finding out what type of modeling works for you. First of all, if you're not signed to an agency, you might not know how to figure that out. Most times, agents know just by looking at you.
they already know what they want?
I think you can fit here or fit there. But if you don't have an agent to do that for you, maybe there's some steps that you can use to find out. Pick the one that your strength suits so that you don't struggle. However, you can't do both. In fact, you can do more than both. There are many
Because
other
you're
ones. You
doing
can
that
do
already.
face
Yeah.
beauty, the one with the makeup and all those things. You can do swimsuits, fitness. There are different types you can do. So, but I would say for you to capitalize on one and carve a niche for yourself, you must first figure out which one suits you best.
Yeah. So
So you
I
will not
also
struggle.
think models should definitely have people that they maybe
Look
just
up to.
emulate or admire
Yeah,
and stuff like that. So
most definitely.
pick 2 or 3. Who
That
are
you
the
just
people
look
that
at.
you
Not that you copy them,
yeah
but you look at them and you say, oh, maybe you probably have similar things, or you
and
can
then you
their
just
trajectory is open, and you can say, oh, I can
just easily
follow
see.
this.
So what are those people for you? Mention.
I don't want to
Just
mention anybody's
why?
name. No, I'm not mentioning anybody's
I want to
name.
know. Okay, mention one person. I just want to
For me,
know.
they're not. Most of them are not even in
Yeah,
Nigeria.
it doesn't
There's one girl
matter.
I follow on Instagram,
Okay.
Yulia. And
she's an
Yulia is
international model.
international. She's a mom. So most of the people that I follow, they are not the new age models. She's a mom and she's still doing this high fashion thing. And
she's
then
mom.
She's a mom, yes. And I think she's in her 30s already. So sometimes those kind of things, my own inspiration is different for other people. I did have my phase of the Kendall Jenner and all those people that time.
The popular ones.
But then I looked at it that these people too, they are
different.
Yeah, some of them might stop, some of them might like Hailey now, started her own brand.
Yeah, everybody has
thing.
like,
So, but I'm looking at those that are still doing it and are
even
topping their
against
game.
all odds.
So against all odds, exactly. So
what do you think has changed the most about you so far in your entire journey?
I think my mindset has changed. I went from thinking, oh, this thing might not work out for me, might not be possible, to just I can do this.
Yeah.
If I keep going, if I do the right things, it will still happen for me. So my mindset changed. Also me thinking that I'm not bad. I'm not terrible. Even if I haven't gotten
where you want to,
I can still keep going. One day it will happen.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
So what is the best part of your job? What's the sweetest part aside from money? Which I know. But like, what's the best part of it for you?
The sweetest part of it would be all the treats you get. Like, I mean, modeling is something that just before you know it, you are in one hotel like that. You're not. But it depends on the client too. Actually. It depends on the client. Yeah. But like sometimes you're shooting in the most interesting places. Yeah. Sometimes you are like all the restaurants I ever went to from between 2021 to 2023 or 2024. I never paid to go to any of like I was just mostly shooting in different places, mostly clients. And these are places that on a normal day I might have not been able to enter by myself. So yeah, just the luxuries that come with it. Sometimes it's even create this content for us. Yeah. Just something that's very easy for you to do just because of how you look. Yes. Just that privilege of you look like this, so do this for us. And then you get all those things. You get clothes, you get shoes sometimes. not all the time, runway, or not of the runway, but like here. So, how are you able to juggle everything? Personal brand, modeling, business. How do you do it all together? And also, child of God, because that's one I see a lot on social media. Yeah. Okay. How do you juggle everything? First of all, that's a clear-cut thing for me. Yes. Like with my clients and all, they already know. In fact, when I used to do music videos a lot. Many
There was
people
even
don't
a
know.
time. Oh, that was an era. That's true.
That was and I think I
Also,
only
yeah,
stopped because of some things, but like I will tell you, I won't wear a bikini. I won't do that. I will tell you. So before you are booking me, you already know these things. But then again, because you've worked with me before, you know that this person is sweet to work with. She knows the job well. So I will still book her regardless. It's just that I will avoid these things from her. But other like putting everything together, it's just about planning. I know my business needs to happen on so and so days. I know I have a shoot on so and so days. So my calendar is always like just planning.
You already know what to do. And
Though modeling is very spontaneous, anything can come up. So you have to prioritize which one is more important to you. There was a point in my life where my business took a backseat a little bit because I was getting more bookings that time. I don't mind.
You do all these things just by yourself.
I don't mind. At some point, I got an assistant for my business. But then after a while, I had to let her go because of, ups and downs of business. But then what's important to me is modeling.
Money. Yeah,
so I would rather, go for that. I will not turn down a shoot or something just because I'm doing business. No.
But then you still have to satisfy your clients.
That's another thing. So, which is why that's why I said planning. So my business, I'll tell you that production takes 5 to 7 working days. So even if I don't do it on day 1, day 3, day 4, day 5,
you'll be able to add it. That's amazing. So we're about to wrap up the episode, but we've mentioned a lot of things that I'm sure a lot of the viewers that are watching would learn, especially aspiring models. But one last thing is, if you are to give an advice to young aspiring models, or let me not even put it this way, let me put it this way. If you had to give an advice to yourself 10 years ago, 7 years ago when you first started, what would you have told yourself back then?
I would have told myself to, first of all, research good agencies. Very important.
Do a lot of research.
Not that I made mistake with my agency or anything, but like there was just like a lot of things on ground. So before you sign a contract, read it very well. Really very well, because when I had signed with my next agency, that's when I began to notice that there were some issues. So good agency, I can't do it on my own. I tried doing it on my own for a long time, and that was why I struggled. I feel like if I was with an agency much longer than I was freelance, maybe my career might have moved.
Gone a bit.
Yeah, so don't try to do it on your own starting out. Just have an agent and work with your agent. Don't just be that model in the agency that is just waiting for your manager to do everything.
All the work.
Like, be proactive. Have maybe weekly or monthly meetings.
Check-ins.
What's going on?
What do I need to do?
Do I need to update my Polaroids? Do I need to all those things? Don't just sit down and expect that everything will just happen. So be talking. So that's what I'll tell myself. Like, don't try to do it on your own. Have somebody, even if it's not an agency, have someone that's guiding you, and go for trainings. Learn. You have to, like, you can't just stay and think you know it all.
Yeah.
Learn your catwalk, learn your audition tapes, how to do for commercial modeling. Learn everything. What is the hairstyle that is working now? There was a time when it was Afro. And then there was a time when you go for GT. They'll tell you to pack your hair. They don't want to see you. So follow the trend. Know what they're looking for. Exactly.
Very proactive.
And follow it through.
Awesome. So the last question I usually ask all my guests. I feel like you're my last guest, obviously.
Oh, okay.
But then what I want to ask you is, what's the best advice you've ever received? Generally, or not modeling, like generally, what's the best advice you've ever received?
Be yourself. Be as authentic as possible, because what they're looking for is the thing that only you have. So be yourself.
That's very beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
Chuks, I missed you.
I swear. Okay, so I think this was such an insightful episode, and I had such a great time unwrapping. I feel like you're like a present, and they have to like open the present. So it was such a great time on this episode, and I'm sure people watching, if you're watching this, you've learned a few things from this episode. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Do not forget to share with your friends, like this video, subscribe.
All right,
let's go together and say bye.
Bye.
From our conversation, success in modeling isn't just about being seen, it's about building something that lasts. And that's the real deal. From being the talent to becoming the brand and owning a brand.